Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're at, right? All right. It is the 27th of September already, you guys. Thanks for joining me today. We are, as always, live and here to answer your questions. So every Tuesday we go live here on our YouTube channel to offer you a little Q&A, give you an opportunity to ask your questions to a recruiter, and then I will be able to answer them for you as they come in. So feel free to fill the chat full of questions on where you live, what experience you have, that kind of stuff. If you can, the more detail you can give me, the more specific I can be in returning the information. So if you're wondering what I have available in your area and how much you'd be paid and all that good stuff, let me know your zip code. Let me know how much experience you have. And if you have a preference, I'll give you an idea of what we have in the area, and then let me know what you have for a preference, whether it be flatbed or refrigerated, since that's the majority of what we have. So sounds good? All right, so let's get rocking. Jack, hey Jack, says from Walkerton, Indiana, down in Valdosta, Georgia. Valdosta, Georgia at the present time. Awesome. What are you driving? What are you running today? Jack, thanks for joining us. All right. So, for the day, anybody in Georgia, we've got flatbed. We have home weekly options. We've got over the road options, which is, it could be coast to coast, but most of the running lanes are more Midwest as well towards the east. So anything basically Denver east is most of our running lanes for our flatbed. Although, that being said, in the same sentence, we do have some that runs west. We just don't do a whole lot of west in comparison. So the Midwest is going to be strong and heavy. Now, so for saying that, the Walkerton area, home weekly and refrigerated, we have home weekly and flatbed, depending on your experience level, what division you'd be looking for, things like that. That would put you with the home weekly and flatbed, that guarantees you $14.50 a week. That's based off of where you live and, of course, where you'd be running for the most part. So, yeah, $14.50 guaranteed pay. Now, your rate of pay per mile would depend on your experience. So, Jack says he's in a 2022 Freightliner Cascadia, head up to Columbia, South Carolina. Awesome. Yes, we have some Freightliners, we have some Volvos, and we have some Peterbilts. So depending on what you're looking for, we might have those options for you. It looks like we're a little delayed here. We're having some issues with the video again. Sorry about that, you guys. But yeah, keep the questions coming. Let's see if we can't get some of those answered for you. I might have to take it off of the streaming platform to get those if we have too much of a hassle for you again. But yeah, the trucks are really well equipped. Honestly, they have pretty much anything you can imagine in them. 579 Peterbilts. We have some 860 Volvos, a few Freightliner Cascadia Evolutions. Of course, for the refrigerated division, we've got the Ultraloft, mid-roof for the flatbed. All of them have the double bunk, so all of our newer trucks since 2019, we've done all double bunk, I believe. Maybe it's 2020 and newer. 2020 and newer trucks are all double bunk. The refrigerators in the Peterbilts, they're about 1.8 cubic feet in the Petes, a little bit larger in some of the Volvos. Actually, almost not quite twice the size, but about 3.2 cubic feet in the Volvos. So those are nice. But yeah, either one. Beds, they're the extra large queens. We have 22-inch televisions in all of the trucks. We have inverters, APUs. The inverters are 1800 watts. Usually you want about half of cooking wattage on that. Microwaves that we have in the trucks are 900 watts, so it kind of gives you an idea. Like I said, we tested quite a few in order to come up with the microwave that worked the best for us. Yeah, they're in the truck, but it's a 900 watt cooking rate. It's 1300 for the wattage consumption. If you guys are wondering, because we do have some guys actually who just asked this morning, I can't remember which one, about what the cooking wattage was for a air fryer. And so if you're wondering, that would be the best, sticking around something around 800-900. James, hey, thank you. Yeah, pretty proud. Been here since 2010. We opened a terminal in Missoula, Montana back in 2010. Fort Dodge has been around for, a few years, since 1931. So definitely aging up there. Absolutely love it. Aging in a good way, wisdom. Yeah, no, the new building in Fort Dodge was built in 2006. If you guys get a chance to stop by, it's an absolutely beautiful facility. From all kinds of body work to, of course, the truck washes and the fueling and just the grand scene of it all. It's absolutely beautiful. Our Peterbilts are MX-13s. For those of you, we have some Cummins with the 10 and 12 speed, but they're automatic. They're all automatic. The Volvos are roughly about D13 with a 12-speed automatic. I say roughly only because that's what I believe the newer ones are as well. But again, all automatic transmissions. DD15 for the Freightliner Cascadia Evolutions that we have. 780s and 860s for the most part for the Volvos. We have a couple day cabs, but for the most part, no. Mary Jo says, hang on just one sec, this just popped up. I want to give detail on this. You know what? Maybe I'm not going to. It was a accident. Heads up for slow traffic on I-80. No known Decker involvement. It was reported that the accident on I-80 eastbound near Gary, Indiana, that has traffic down to one lane and moving slowly. All right. Thanks, Mary Jo. Appreciate it. Thanks. Awesome. Jack says, wife and I are thinking about moving to Northwoods of Wisconsin, around the Minocqua area. Am I saying that right? Do you have anything in the neck of the woods? I think it's a little bit too far north for me, but give me a sec. I'm going to cheat and use my handy dandy map here. Let's see. I am not familiar. I think that is a little far north, but here we go. Yes, a little too far north for us on that one. Depends on, of course, depending on how long you want to stay out, there can be exceptions made. If you're looking to stay out 4 or 5 weeks at a time, that's a little bit different story. Then obviously we're not doing as much deadhead to get you home, and it's not cutting into your home time. But if you're looking to get home on a regular basis, like weekly or every 2 weeks, it wouldn't be a good fit for you in that area, unfortunately. So you just let us know. You guys, if you want to talk to a recruiter directly, you may call this number 888, you may, 888-668-0698. But as I said, I'll be happy to answer any of these questions as they come about here. More equipment information. What else can I give you? You guys probably see some of our 379 Pete's that are out there. Those are usually our veteran drivers. So guys who've been here for, 15 plus years here at Decker. So you see some of those beautiful 379s. Some of those are manuals, not all of them, but most of those are the manuals. Beautiful trucks, man. Yeah. Amenity wise, yes, we have inverters, APUs, we have CB units in the truck. Those are usually the Cobra 25 LTD. I believe we have some 29s as well. Transflow Geotab system that's in the truck. With the Transflow Geotab system, you can get your paperwork in, get that scanned, or actually it's just a photo of your paperwork. Make sure that you get a signed document for your BOLs. You need your bill of lading and everything. Oh, you're welcome, Jack. You're welcome. So you'll need that. We do need to make sure all of your paperwork is scanned. And what am I missing? You do need at least one signature. You don't have to have a signature on every page, but it has to be on there at one point. Okay. And any receipts that you have must be scanned in as well. And again, that's when I say scanned, I mean just getting the picture taken and getting that uploaded into TransFlow so that the payroll department has it. As soon as you've completed a load, please get that information in to the payroll department so they can get that processed. Well, we can accounts receivable, get that out, and we can get you paid. You get paid every Friday, direct deposit. Everything you have in by Sunday night is paid the following Friday. We do have guaranteed pay pretty much across the board. Now, the amount of the guaranteed pay does depend on which division you're running, where you live, which of course will depend on the division you're running and whatnot. So keep that in mind. The division I mentioned earlier in the Walkerton area, Indiana, we do have flatbed, we have refrigerated, we have home weekly, we have OTR. So OTR is usually 2 weeks out in that area. You can stay out longer, but that's the majority. Yeah. So let me know what you had in mind if you have questions. The refrigerated division guarantees you $1,000 a week if you live in that Walkerton, Indiana area. And you guys, please hear this because I don't want to mislead you. I want to make sure that you are well aware of the hiring areas and where those change. But in Walkerton area, we do guarantee $1,450 a week in the flatbed. $1,450. Really anything that is, let me see if I can do a visual here for you. All right, this is my map. So anywhere from Iowa City, Iowa, down to St. Louis, over to Columbus, up to Toledo, Ohio, back over to Chicago, north to Milwaukee, back towards the Iowa City area. Everything in between there, in that little area that I just gave you a visual of, that is a $1,450 pay for the flatbed. $1,450. Now, your rate of pay per mile does depend on your experience. So obviously, in order to get or exceed that $1,450 for someone who's new to flatbed, which would start, let's say brand new to flatbed, absolutely brand new, then, and no additional experience, we'll train in everything, but you're guaranteed the $1,450 a week. Your rate of pay per mile is 53 cents a mile, and then you're working your way up to, the higher amount. Now, if you have 15 plus years experience, you're already starting out at 70 cents a mile. So it doesn't obviously take as much to get to that $1,450 or to exceed that $1,450 with 70 cents a mile versus 53 cents a mile. Now, the reason I say that is because you are guaranteed those amounts, the $1,000 for refrigerated, $1,450 in this case for flatbed, but your rate of pay per mile can exceed that if your miles, obviously, and your rate of pay are over and above that $1,450 or $1,000. So you'll get the better of the two is where I'm going with that. You do have requirements though. You need to get your paperwork in, like I was talking about earlier. Make sure you get your paperwork in by Sunday night, ideally after every load, so we don't bottleneck all that paperwork and it's easier on the payroll department, and we like to, little teamwork. We like to make things easy on each other. So if you can get that in right away, awesome. That's the first one. Make sure you're available for dispatch at least 5 days out of the week. No load refusals, no driver service failures, so no late loads, no CSA violations for the week, and no preventable accidents for the week. That's the gist of it. That'll just kind of give you a quick look at qualifying. Those 6 requirements are basically it. Now, 1 week is not going to have any bearing on the next. For example, if you had a CSA violation, maybe, maybe bad tread or something like that, or a moving violation or whatever. If you have a violation that would prevent you from getting the guaranteed pay for that week, then it will not, however, prevent you from the following week or affect your weeks before or any weeks thereafter, just that particular week. Now, I say that, but I do want to remind you that your rate of pay per mile could very well still exceed that guaranteed pay. That guaranteed pay is like a safety net. We We live in areas that often have unexpected weather and out of your control. Sometimes it's a shipper or receiver, or it could be a number of things that get in your way. It could be truck or equipment issues. Now, I do realize that we have some of the best equipment out there on the road, absolutely gorgeous, well maintained. However, things happened. And that's why that guaranteed pay is put into place to make sure that we are taking care of you guys. And honestly, it's a lot easier to budget when you have an idea, right? No doubt. So just keep in mind, you can obviously exceed that, but those are the requirements to make it easy for you. What else am I missing? Okay, so I kind of went off on a tangent on the TransFlow Geotab system. Also with the TransFlow Geotab system, not only do you get your paperwork in through it, you're going to be getting your load information. You'll have your communication between you and your driver manager. By the way, let's become great friends with our driver managers. Communicate with them so that they will communicate better with you. Obviously, we hold them to a high standards, but everybody's communication needs or wants, maybe wants, right, are a little bit different. Some people like to be left alone. I got it. Don't worry about it. I'm on it. And some people just want more detail and they need the more one-on-one with their DM. You guys reach out to them. That's what they're there for. If they're on the other line, leave a message. I kid you not. That's the part that we got to remember. Leave a message. It sounds so silly, but not everybody has the same system or looks at it the same way. If I missed a call on my phone here, I don't always notice if I miss a call. I notice when I have a voicemail because I have a red light. And then I also have an email that is sent to me with the voicemail attached. So I've got that. I can check that right away. I can get back to you. If you don't leave a voicemail, I don't have all of those notifications to say, hey, return this. Anyway, another tangent. But please communicate with your DMs, make sure that they've got the information and you've got the information. You're following your fuel route. You've got your load information. You know how to get there. You're planning ahead, that type of thing. Make sure you're on top of that. There's also free Wi-Fi available through the TransFlow Geotab system. It's on the Verizon network, so it runs off of that. Obviously, it's going to be stronger in some areas that Verizon is stronger in because it runs off of that. Now, there is a cap somewhere in the month. I don't know how much of a cap it is. I don't know how many gigabytes or whatever you get. But I do know quite a few people do like to stream or to play games, video games over it. And some people have problems and some don't. And that does depend on how much you use. So keep that in mind. You can definitely hook up your own, if you have the booster with your program, with your phone program, you can totally do that. There's also the navigation that's part of the Geotab system. You can access your scorecard as well as your Smart Drive bonuses. We should have the Lytics and Smart Drive bonuses out here later this month. That's one of the safety bonuses we have. Later this week, excuse me. And yesterday, I believe you should have been paid for your scorecard bonuses. So you should have seen that additional amount in your checks or on your checks or in your bank account. You can access your settlements as well through the Geotab system. There's a settlement tab on there. And you can access this information not only on the Geotab system in the truck, but also the TransFlow, the Decker TransFlow app that you can get in either the Google Store or the iStore. You have access to that as well, and all that information will be there. What I don't suggest is using the hours of service on your phone. Don't do that. Do not do that. It's a different pinging system, different measurements for your pinging, where your cell phone and your truck locations are set a little bit different, and you only want to use your hours of service with your truck. Do not use your phone hours of service on the TransFlow system. It'll be a pain in your rear. It'll cause you some issues. Bunk heaters are in all the trucks. I mentioned inverters. Of course, you've got the air conditioning controls in the back or in the sleeper, as well as the cab. Microwaves in the truck, I mentioned that. The Epic View satellite TV. So I think I mentioned that we have 22-inch televisions, but what I don't remember saying is that we do have company-paid Epic View satellite TV. It's 100+ channels, and HBO, Cinemax, Sunday Ticket. Yes, indeed, the Sunday Ticket is here. So it's in full swing, right? 'Tis the season, literally. Love it. What else can I tell you? We have Easy Pass, Best Pass for tolls and stuff, K-Pass in the trucks. We have DriveWise for scales. Of course, with the Transflow Geotab system, you have access to Weigh My Truck app. You can also do that with your phone. We got chains for the tires. We don't require that you chain, but we do require that you know how to. Get yourself out of trouble. Don't be putting yourself into it. We do have the equipment and like the radio ready Sirius radio available to you if you have the subscription to that. Yes, we do pay for the subscription for the television. The Sirius radio, however, you're responsible for the subscription to that. If you would rather just use the Wi-Fi and stream music, I cannot tell you how many people do that more than they use the radio anymore. I remember when Sirius Radio was such a huge deal in the trucks. Now it's a huge deal for me in my vehicle, but it was such a huge deal. And now you guys are, whether it's book on tape or streaming through whatever preferred service you have, it's not as big of a deal anymore. We have the Manhattan Fuel solution that we use. We do have some solar panels that we've been putting on the trucks as well. That is to kind of help that APU unit just a little bit more. So when it's hot or cold, or if it's been used quite a bit, it'll be able to start the truck, start it up just a little bit easier, putting less stress on it, basically. All right. Yesterday, I missed birthdays and anniversaries. I just noticed that. So, give me a sec here. Let me see if I can get my list of birthdays and anniversaries here. In the meantime, I do want to remind everybody that we have got a lot of stuff going on here in the next couple of weeks. We're celebrating lots. Let's see. This Friday at 2 p.m. Central, we have our TikTok Live. We have a TikTok Live scheduled at 2 p.m. with our recruiting department. So bring your friends and family and hop on TikTok. Decker Truck Line is our, what do you call it? I want to say handle, but yeah, well, I'm going to go with it. Decker Truck Line is our handle if you want to go ahead and find us on that. And then we will answer any questions that you might have on our TikTok channel. That's Friday at 2 p.m. and you'll have quite a few of our recruiting department right there to answer some of those questions for you. Sounds like a plan? Sounds like a plan to me. I'm just looking for birthdays and anniversaries. See if I can't pull those up here for you guys. Since I failed to celebrate them yesterday on Facebook. For those of you who don't know, we have a live every Monday at 4 p.m. Central on our Facebook, and then every Tuesday here on our on our YouTube channel. Struggling to find that. Maybe that's why I didn't do it. I forgot about it. Birthdays. Okay. Also, speaking of what we've got going on here, we also have a celebration on the 2nd. I believe it's Custodian. Where's my... Hang on, I cheated and I put some notes together. Yes, Technician Day. Bear with me, bear with me. All right, Custodian Day. That's right. There we go. The National Custodian Day is October 2nd. We'll be celebrating that. Also next week is our National Technician Appreciation Week. So from the 2nd to the 8th of October, we'll be celebrating all of our technicians. If you guys have some kind words that you'd like to share or like shared on like Facebook, some of our social media platforms, we would love to hear from you. Please share that. Just get a hold of us either at marketing@deckermail.com or info@deckermail.com. Either one will work. But I appreciate that either way. But we'll be celebrating all of our technicians, Bessemer and Fort Dodge and Missoula and and Hammond and Des Moines, Sperry. Yep, we got them. We got them all. We'll make sure we'll celebrate. Well, that's why, because I didn't get one. That's no wonder I didn't. So happy birthday and happy anniversary to all of those who are celebrating this week. Appreciate it. Also coming up, so we'll be celebrating the custodians on the 2nd. We have technicians the 2nd through the 8th. And National Diversity Day is October 7th. So you guys, this is exciting. We're going to be celebrating the National Diversity Day. We want to do it in a little bit different manner than what we have in the past. In the past, obviously the recognition was there, but I think we want to go a little bit bigger and bold, and we would love to be able to celebrate your culture with you. So whatever it is, whatever type of diversity or sets you apart or culture that you have that you'd like to celebrate, please reach out to us and share some of that with us. Whether it be recipes or clothing or games or any type of tradition that you have, we'd love to have that shared. We'd love to do that. We'll have to make some of the recipes that we get in. That sounds like kind of a fun thing to do. Tell your story, maybe even just send in a video, but send it into marketing@deckermail.com. We absolutely would love to participate in that and get to know everybody's history just a little bit more, their culture and everything. And then, of course, in Fort Dodge in Iowa, it is the National Healthiest Date Month. So that they're celebrating that. That is going to be on the 8th of October. I believe it's the 8th of October. So anyways, lots going on, you guys, here in the next couple of days. Please send in your information. If you have a technician, if you got a picture of a technician, send that in to me. And that will be at marketing@deckermail.com, and we can celebrate a little bit more. So I hope you guys join in on that. It'll be a lot of fun. And we've been doing that for the last couple of years, but I can't say we've been doing it too long. I'm not sure how long that has been around. I know Truck Driver Appreciation Week has been around since 1986, but technician, I'm not sure about that. Not sure at all. All right. So also, as a reminder, please check out our newsletter that goes out every Monday, and you should have got a new one. We have a recognition of excellence. So for exemplary performance, Mr. David Bodel. So thank you for the outstanding commitment to safety and driver safety. Your efforts are made as of the morning of September 18th. Shows you're a true professional driver. Your contributions are recognized and greatly appreciated. So this is a certificate from Lytx. Lytx is one of our safety features that are in the truck. It does include both inward and outward facing recorders. It has more of an AI read, so it'll mirror, it'll recognize similar movements, things like that, for combating bad habits, but also, of course, encouraging good. And yeah, it's one of our safety features. If you guys have any questions about it, reach out to us. We do have a few Q&As or FAQ opportunities on those. If you have those, just let us know. Also, you guys, Steve Elston, He is retiring, and we are going to celebrate tomorrow between 2 and 3 p.m. You can go in, stop in, and say hi to Steve and congratulate him on his retirement. Wish him the best of luck. And of course, thank you for 33 years that Steve has been here at Decker. So we look forward to celebrating with him there. And of course, National Custodial Work or Recognition Day is on the 2nd, which is Sunday. So we'll be recognizing, of course, and thanking Brian, Lisa, and September for all they do. Thank you for everything. Lisa's just coming aboard. We appreciate all the efforts that you guys provide us. Workhound win. This is awesome. A lot of you guys know that we do Workhound communication, like surveys, and just an opportunity again for you to kind of give us suggestions, show us, tell us where we might be lacking in areas that we can improve on, or maybe, brag about us to us as well. We love that too. But we like to improve, whatever it is. One of the things that we were able to accomplish through Workhound was suggestions, both between our Workhound and the Facebook group, suggestions to get cars in our Des Moines area, in the Des Moines shop. So those are now available for after hours if you guys need them. It makes it awfully nice if you have to go run and do some laundry, because the Des Moines shop is basically a shop. It doesn't have all of the amenities that like Fort Dodge or Bessemer or Missoula have. It doesn't have the laundry facilities. It doesn't have the extra private rooms and things like that. It's just it's more shop than it is anything else. So we want to make sure that you guys have access to that car or those vehicles, so you can go and do whatever you need to do on your downtime while you're getting your A or B service taken care of. So here's how it works. You call Night Ops, 515-227-7311. You call them. You give them the car number that you're looking at, that you're returning, or maybe you're requesting, depending on what side. You give them your name and give them your truck number. So car number, your name, and your truck number. And then there's a lockbox that's located there, and they'll give you instructions in how to open it up, get into it, and then of course make sure that the little lockbox door is completely shut. Same rules apply with any of the company cars, for during open hours. But please, you guys, take care of the equipment. As always, we ask you to do so. But yeah, that's a heck of a Workhound win. We appreciate the suggestion. I think this will come in handy for a lot of people. Speaking of coming in handy, we did get DEF that now available at the Fort Dodge terminal. So there is now DEF in the Fort Dodge terminal fuel island. So if you need it, please top off your DEF while you're in Fort Dodge. It's not only is it more convenient for you, but it also saves on the cost for Decker. So that's twofold for that one. I do want to mention though, we have the fuel islands at the terminals just because we have the fuel. Now this is DEF, you're going to save here. So use the DEF in Fort Dodge. However, you don't always save when you fuel up at the terminal in Fort Dodge, if you're topping off your truck. So I do suggest you stick with the fuel solution as much as possible. If you need to or want to fuel up at the truck or at the terminal in Fort Dodge, you can. You need to communicate that, however, with your terminal manager or with the driver manager. Excuse me, the driver manager. Excellent. Okay, so yeah, I think we pretty much covered it. Pretty low key. Weather's gonna get nasty. I look out the window and I see how beautiful it is, but I know what it's like. I know what happens in September, and it's already the end. It's coming up on October, and we all know what happens in October. It's snow. Just in case you didn't know, I'm telling you, it's snow. So that being said, if you don't already have cleats, like the ice cleats or anti-slid, for the slip-on cleats for your shoes, please pick some up at one of the terminals. You can get it at the front desk there in Bessemer. You can get them in the Welcome Center or safety department in Fort Dodge, and you can also get them from driver services or Jason Sorleen in Missoula. So pick up your ice cleats if you don't already have them. Just like any other equipment, it's signed out, and then you just return it when you don't need it anymore. So fair enough? Yeah. So just like all the other equipment, you just sign that out and have access for it right away. All right. Thank you for the pictures. We got a new Volvo. Thank you for the pictures. I believe that was actually a Katie picture that sent that. Thank you, Miss Katie. All right. Door prizes from Driver Appreciation Week. I know I'm reminding you guys one more time, but I want to make sure that you did receive the notice that some of you still need to pick up or make arrangements for your door prizes. Daniel Douglas, Jason Klingbeil, Timothy Plume, Grant Quinton, Brian Hobbs, Robert Baker, Todd Leavitt, and Lydia Dietrich, Lance Shattenkirk, William Conrad, Richard Foy, Tony Vasquez, Sean Miller, Joshua Rotter, Jeffrey Anderson. We still need to find out, first of all, we want to make sure that you guys know that you won, and then find out when is going to be a best place or best time for you to pick that up. And you'll probably have to get with your driver manager for that. Who else do we have? Tyree Phillips, Paul Thurman, Lauren Exelbin, Carrie Curry, Louis Martinez. Oh, Louis is going to call Katie, my bad. Vernon Nicholson, Jonathan Bowler, Vincent Richards, Anthony Deskovic, Rick Wells. If you guys are in the Fort Dodge terminal, please reach out to Katie Fram or the Welcome Center in order to get your gifts. Leon Wright, Kevin Ferguson, both won Peterbilt backpacks. Frederick White, Daniel Smith, Michael Lister, Andre Buckner, Patrick Douglas, all won gift cards, as well as a koozie from Simon Welding. So lots. I don't remember. Did I say Michael Cook? Michael Rogers, Larry Welter. You guys, there are a lot of gifts. So if you haven't already, please pick them up. ZXCV B2000. For the newer trucks that came without a bunk heater, are we going to be allowed to idle truck since it starting to get cold? Jeffrey, Mr. Parker, you did make it to the live. So with the newer trucks, you know what? I don't know that answer because I didn't know that some of the trucks didn't have the bunk heater in them. Give me 1 second here. Let me see if I can get a hold of Matt. I'm going to see if I can copy and paste your comment here. And see if I can get a response. So I'm going to get back to you on this one. Give me just a second for Matt to reply. Okay. But yes, Jeff, how are you doing? Is everything ready, rip-roaring and ready to go for you? Getting you back started? Let's see. Looks like Aaron might be getting things rolling for you. Huh? Excellent. Cool. But yes, let me find out because I did not know that they didn't have bunk heaters. And it is going to start getting cold. And that might be, I wonder if that's a Janelle. Reach out to Janelle. Janelle is in charge of, she's our fuel manager for those of you who know it. I'm going to. Seeing all you have got out of Billings is lease purchase. Can I stay company driver? Oh, yeah. Oh, then we just need to fix that spreadsheet there for you. That must be online. No, it would be company. You'll be bringing the truck to Missoula on your home time, odds are. There might be some exceptions, but for the most part, to Missoula. But yeah, it's definitely a company driver. We do allow lease purchase, but you do need to be here at Decker for 90 days. I think because she was out this morning for an appointment, so I'm going to double check. Yeah, I'll double check though. It looks like both Janelle and Matt are writing. I see the 3 little dots, so I'm just waiting for their answer here. But yeah, Jeff, let me double check here. Let me see if I have any. Matt says we'll be looking at that option. And then like I said, I'm just checking with Janelle to see if she already has the information on that or if, or not. Let's see. Okay, so we are still waiting. That's why I wasn't. They will have bunk heaters, so we're looking at some options enabling idle for that reason. But we're waiting on a time frame, he says. Okay. Once the idle is enabled, then those drivers are put on Janelle's idle watch list for the credit. So, okay. That'll be your answer. I'm glad you asked that. I didn't know that. We're playing phone tag. Yeah, Jeff, I will do some double checking. I'll touch base to see if Aaron's in here in just a minute. Okay, so that was great information. I really, really appreciate all of those who asked. So ZXCVB 2009, thank you. Thank you. I didn't know that. So that's good info. But they will have bunk heaters at some point. They're just waiting for them to come in. So I wonder how many of those there are. That I don't know. Also, you know what I didn't mention is we will also have our referral drawing on Friday. Our referral quarterly drawing. For those of you who don't know what that is all about, basically every quarter we have a drawing from all of those who referred. So all of our company and owner operators and lease purchase drivers. So all of our drivers who referred another driver and they were hired on, your name is put into a hat. It's actually a little cooler, but your name is put in to a drawing to determine whether or not you will win a $1,000 cash or a laptop or tablet. So that's what you're in the running for. You get to choose. No bunk heaters. They won't. The APUs won't. I meant bunk heaters. My bad. Bunk heaters. My bad. Yeah, bunk heaters will be in the truck. Right now, it sounds like there are some new ones. What do you have? What truck is it that's not in it? Is it Peterbilt? Is it a Volvo? Is it a Freightliner? I know we had a couple of brand new Volvos that just came in because I'm working on the video for you. And hopefully I'll have that by the end of today so you guys can see the inside of the Volvos. Was hoping to have it done last week, but I think it's going to be done today. So, yeah, some sweet ones. Pretty nice. These are yellow ones. And I didn't think we were going to get any more yellow. You know, our Decker yellow. But we did get a few of those. And like I said, those are Volvos. So most of our trucks are the 579 Peterbilts. We have some of the 860 Volvos, I think is what just came in. And then we also have some 760 Volvos. And then we have a few Freightliner Cascadia Evolutions. But you can already access the new truck videos, the Peterbilt and the Freightliner, on our YouTube channel. But you won't be able to until maybe later today for the Volvo. So I'm excited for that. Cool. Excellent. Yeah. All right. What else do we have for you guys? All right. So orientation and qualifications. Headed to Grand Canyon for your birthday? Woo, that'll be fun. Yes, the TikTok, I'll cut and paste some stuff into to short TikTok videos. So you'll miss the live, but you'll be able to see some of the replay. Not the whole thing. You only get to see the whole thing if you're live. Jeff, what is it like in Billings today? Because it is absolutely beautiful here. I'm hoping the wind doesn't pick up. It's gorgeous. Yeah, the new ones, it's pretty exciting. I really like the blue. I really like the yellow. And I know a lot of other people like the yellow. The canary yellow is what I hear. I call it Decker yellow. But and actually it's the exact same color as this error that I'm getting across my screen right now that says YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth stream. It's like the exact same color. Love it. But yeah, it's great. I hope you have a fantastic time. Grand Canyon, huh? That sounds great. Lots of pictures. I'm sure it'll be a fun time. Okay, I want to hit on a couple of things before I let you guys go. There are a few things that we talked about yesterday with qualifying for Decker. Now, experience-wise, we do hire if you're directly out of school because we can train you. So if you've already obtained your Class A CDL and you're a recent graduate, then yes, we can train you. However, if you are in an area that we only have OTR flatbed, then you'll have to wait till you have at least 6 months of flatbed experience or a year of tractor trailer. Because in that case, we can train you for flatbed for that division. We do train for flatbed if you live within the Midwest because you're just right here. It's easy to pull you in for additional training to get them more. I mean, it's solid training when you come in. So there's a lot of it. But for the OTR division, that one we do require 6 months. So keep that in mind. Oh, I love it. So you got it in the end of June. Oh, so you haven't had it since June? Okay, well, bunk heater's okay in June, but not at the evenings. Our evenings have been cool. Mornings, early mornings. So, okay, we'll have to keep you updated on that. Now that I know that we didn't have them in those, I know to ask. So thank you for bringing that to my attention. On the Peterbilt's on. Okay. So yes, when it comes to the experience, we do require at least 6 months of flatbed experience in order to go with our over-the-road flatbed division or a year of tractor trailer for us to train you in flatbed. But if you're looking to run into the Midwest flatbed division where you're home more on a weekly basis, after training, keep that in mind, that's after the 2-3 weeks of training, then we can offer that training opportunity for you. We can also train if you are going into any of the refrigerated divisions, over the road or regional. Okay. With the training, it's about 2 to 3 weeks. We pay you $700 a week while you're training. Once you're done with training, you're guaranteed the $1,000 a week, but you have to get done. You have to complete the training first before you're guaranteed that $1,000. We do pay you $1,000 for the week-long orientation, however, for those of you who have the week-long. Experienced drivers only have 2.5 days. So like Jeff, for example, you'll have a short orientation. Very short. Rehire. So, yeah. No major moving violations, no DOT recordable accidents, preventable DOT recordable accidents in the last 3 years. We can work with a couple of tickets, but we can't work with 4 tickets in the last 3 years. But if you have 2 or maybe 3 minor moving violations or CSA violations, we can work with those. Warnings do count against you as a violation. So whether you were ticketed for it or if it was a warning, if it was written up as a violation, then it does count against you. You've got your PSP report and you've got your MVR. And if there's duplicates, that doesn't count against you, if it's the same date and time on both of them. But if you have multiple speeding, if you have 2 speeding on this one and 2 different speeding on this one, or maybe 4 altogether, then obviously that's too much. So just reach out to a recruiter so that we can give you details on, the specifics to your situation. 888-668-0698 for more details. All right. Okay. And yes, we do provide transportation to orientation. It's usually a rental car, but we can do flights. Flights are great too, as long as we can get them for you, depending on where you're at. We take care of those costs. We do have a repayment agreement that you sign. So if you left us within the first 6 months, you could be responsible for a portion of getting you here, but that's just if you left within the first 6 months. And again, we knock $100 off each month, and whatever it is, 6 months, it doesn't even matter. But you'll see that. What else can I tell you? You see, we do have you fill out some of the online orientation. So there's some forms, some basic DOT information. We have you do that before you come to in-person orientation in Fort Dodge so that you've got that part taken care of. It's just less downtime for you in Fort Dodge, and it's something that is a review for most of you, but it's there. And then we'll go over company policies and procedures and more hands-on items when you are here in Fort Dodge. We'll also want you to meet your driver manager, whether it's face-to-face or over the phone. You'll have a one-on-one with them and your recruiter. And then you will also get to meet several of the department heads, get some contact information from them as well, so that if you need anything, you've got people to reach out to. We do have 24/7 night operations we're very proud of. They do a fantastic job. They take good care of you. Sometimes on the weekends they do barbecues. Definitely on the holidays, I see them doing them. So they'll take good care of you, helping you out, whether it's over the phone or even in person. And then, of course, our maintenance techs, our 24/7 roadside assistants, we've got them available as well. They do a phenomenal job. Huge shout out to them. Had a couple shout outs last week alone. So love to hear that. For the most part. All right. So I think we pretty much have it handled. You guys, please reach out to us if you have any questions. I'll be live on TikTok in the next couple of days as well. But we have all of our recruiters, not all, I should say. We have a handful of our recruiters that will go live on